The dense gunfire alerted Victoria and her opponents. Victoria glanced at where the shots were coming from. Her first thought was Noah. She shook her head to pull herself together and deal with the current enemy. The two men chasing Victoria heard the gunshots and looked back in surprise. Through their earpieces, they learned the professor they were transporting had been hit twice and was fighting for life. They quickly retreated. After waiting for a while and seeing no movement from the enemy, Victoria grew confused. She figured something must have really happened on their side. Gritting her teeth, she took off her helmet and slowly raised it with her gun. No one shot at it. Victoria retrieved the helmet and tossed it to the side. Still no anticipated gunfire. She frowned. Victoria decided to take a risk. Clutching her rifle, she rolled out from behind cover and snatched up the helmet in the process. Fortunately, nobody shot at her. Breathing a sigh of relief, she no longer hesitated and rushed towards where the shots had rung out. Soon, Victoria reached the top of a hill. After hiding herself, she peered through her scope and noticed a group of people huddled together, anxiously discussing something. Victoria raised an eyebrow. Glancing around, she quickly climbed up into the canopy of a large tree and continued observing through her scope. Her target, the professor, was covered in blood, his face pale as a sheet, looking like he could die any second. A grim smile crossed her face. Thinking of Noah, a hint of warmth emerged in her eyes. Suddenly remembering Noah was being hunted, she hurriedly slid down the tree and swiftly ran towards where the shots were coming from. This mission was successfully completed, all thanks to Noah's help. Victoria knew Noah's current abilities were not great, but he had a lot of potential. In the future, Noah could become a formidable sniper. But more importantly, Victoria discovered that Noah was a virtuous soldier with pretty good luck. Noah had escaped death a few times and even accidentally killed enemies. Luck is rare and vital on the battlefield. Any edge against your opponent is welcome. But Noah wasn't feeling lucky at all. Seeing a dozen enemies chasing from behind, he desperately ran. Fortunately, as a hunter, he was familiar with running in the deep forest since childhood. Noah was much faster than his chasers in this terrain. Noah kept running, but after a while, he noticed something weird. The bad guys were slowing down. He couldn't help but wonder why. These enemies were usually super fast, so there was no way they'd drop back this much unless maybe these chasers were different from the others he fought. Regardless, the top priority was to retreat as quickly as possible. Noah didn't dare to think too much and ran for his life. After who knows how long, the gunshots behind him became weaker and weaker. Noah's shoulders dropped. He leaned against the big tree and took deep breaths to recover his stamina. After a while, Noah felt his breathing become smoother. Looking up at the sky, he saw that there wasn't a cloud in sight and the sunlight was dazzling. All in all, it was a good day so far. The country's enemies had been dealt with, and now it was time for personal revenge. Quickly checking the weapons, Noah found the bullets were spent. He immediately swapped magazines and chambered around. Not far away, a person wearing camouflage was discreetly approaching Noah. The camouflage was made from withered grass, making it impossible to distinguish at first glance. Their face was covered in thick paint, making their features nearly invisible. Hearing the sound of the bullet being chambered, the person in camouflage immediately found Noah's location. He positioned the muzzle of the gun against the branch of a big tree. He cocked the gun and got one more step closer to Noah. Once close enough to kill, the person shouted coldly, "Come out." Noah froze. He hadn't expected to be caught. The man was one of those tough enemies they'd heard about, no doubt. Anyone who could sneak up on you that silently had some serious skills. Noah gripped his gun tight and pressed himself against the giant tree. His mind racing for an escape plan, his fingers brushed against the grenade he tucked away. He pulled it out, ready to yank the pin, but stopped. What if the bad guy shot it out of the air? Then Noah would be the one going boom. On the other side of the big tree, it was dead silent. Noah had no idea where the enemy had gone, but estimated they couldn't be too far away. Waiting would only make the situation worse, so there was no choice but to take a risk. Remembering that grenades had a 3-second delay, Noah developed an idea for a diversion tactic. Gritting his teeth, Noah quickly pulled the grenade safety pin, tossed the gun to one side, and peeked out from the other side to spot the enemy's position before swiftly tossing the grenade. The grenade explosion rang out. It all happened in the blink of an eye. Hidden behind the big tree, Noah had no idea what the outcome was and didn't dare come out. Pulling out the handgun which Victoria had given him during the last battle, Noah waited for a bit. There was no movement outside, which seemed very odd. Taking a chance, Noah quickly peeked out while crouching, then retreated back, vaguely seeing someone lying motionless on the ground. Peeking out again, it was clear the person had been blown to bits beyond recognition. Noah walked out from behind the big tree and approached the body with his gun ready. Suddenly, a gunshot rang out. Noah instinctively crouched down in shock, feeling his head and body for a wound. But there was nothing. Growing puzzled, Noah looked around and quickly noticed a person lying about 30 feet away, covered in camouflage, face obscured with their gun thrown far away. Gun at the ready, Noah scanned the surroundings but found nothing unusual. Just then, a voice came out from the other side.
"Glad you're not dead. You've got some real luck."
Noah's heart skipped a beat. He spun to find Victoria. He relaxed.
"Hearing your voice is the best thing ever. You scared me to death."
Noah instantly recognized Victoria's voice and was overjoyed. Hurrying to get up, Noah saw Victoria vigilantly observing from behind a big tree and quickly went over only to hear her shout.
"Don't come over here. Retreat east, move fast. I'll cover you."
Okay. Noah was stunned for a moment, then Victoria raised her gun and fired. Her shot was followed by a scream from the woods. Without hesitation, Noah took off running. When passing by the ambusher, Noah noticed a gun on the ground, bent down to grab it, and quickly continued sprinting while checking for the ammo. It was full. Noah quickly chambered around and vigilantly scanned the surroundings. After running for about a mile, Noah was too exhausted to keep going and stopped to catch his breath. After just a few gasps, Victoria suddenly appeared like a ghost, giving Noah a fright. Realizing who it was, Noah breathed a sigh of relief.
"How are you still faster than me? You okay?"
Victoria smiled smugly.
"Yeah, well, what about you? You okay?"
She said it plainly, but Noah noted some concern in her voice. Noah could tell Victoria's concern was genuine and felt a warmth inside. He grinned.
"Can't kill me that easy. What's next?"
Wait, that's not the end. You've just had a free taste. Now get the full story on the Pocket FM app, link in description. Check out our next video and playlist, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.